Yebo Gogos, I've been kicked out of my normal room where I record by your two nephews who are sitting there and watching TV. They have the week off because we have a Monday and a Friday holidays. Now they've just been given off the whole week. That's a nice school to go to, hey? But anyway, so we are busy with Jesus and his preachings and all the miracles he is doing. And today we just carry on. And in this chapter that we're going to read, we're going to divide this chapter into two parts. I think it's a bit long. So the first part might be a bit shorter. But he travels from place to place. And because of the crowds, he had to move. And the leaders are turning against him. So they made his life difficult. So he moved around. He focuses on teaching his closest disciples important lessons. So he spent a lot of time now, also apart from preaching to the crowds, he's preaching and teaching his disciples. Because the crowds in Capernaum turned their backs on Jesus, he refused to become their earthly king. And because King Herod was looking to catch him, Jesus stopped staying in one place for too long. So people wanted Jesus to become their earthly king. And of course he refused because that was not his purpose. So he moved away there. And then King Herod decided he wants to catch him. So instead he wandered around with his disciples to give them the special attention that he wanted to give them. So it gave him time. So he was always on the road, always sleeping outside somewhere, out of the towns, and they had a lot of private time. Some Pharisees and scribes from Jerusalem found Jesus and complained that their disciples didn't wash their hands before eating. This wasn't one of God's actual laws, but a strict man-made tradition. So it was made by these Pharisees and scribes. They decided that apart from God's laws, there need to be a lot of other laws. And one of them, just one of them, was you have to wash your hands before you eat. Otherwise, you are unclean. But Jesus asked them why they broke God's real commandments. Like, for instance, honoring their parents. Just to keep their own silly rules. So they would not do God's laws, like honoring their parents, but they will want to wash their hands before they eat. He taught that a person isn't made unclean by eating with unwashed hands, but by the evil words and thoughts like murder and theft and lies that come out of people's hearts. And that's what these Pharisees had in their hearts. They wanted to kill Jesus. And Jesus knew that. So they had this coming. Jesus traveled, as he moved around, to a Gentile, which is basically a non-Jewish city where there were no prayer places for Jews and so on. And it was an area called Tyre and Sidon. And when they got there, a woman begged him to heal her daughter. She said that she was possessed by a demon. Liefie, sien net vir Doris. Ek sy my 2 minute gee. Sorry, I had a phone call here. Now, this woman wanted Jesus to heal her daughter that was possessed by a demon. In other words, chased out the demon.
They had a few minutes.
So Jesus stayed quiet for a while, and he wanted to test her faith. And on the other hand, the disciples wanted to chase her away. They didn't want her to bother Jesus. Then Jesus said to her, also testing her faith, that it wasn't right for him to take the children's bread, which by that he meant blessings for Israel, and throw it to the little dogs, which are the Gentiles. In other words, the woman in front of him. The woman then very humbly answered Jesus, "Yes, Lord, but even the little dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table." Isn't that wonderful? She wasn't perturbed. She didn't walk away or run away. She was strong in faith. She wanted Jesus to heal her daughter. Jesus was amazed by her great faith. And, of course, he healed her daughter right away. Later on, Jesus went to the Decapolis, where a crowd of about 4,000 men stayed with him for 3 days until they had no food left. Jesus felt deep pity for them. He was sorry for them. And again, like with the 5,000, his disciples found 7 loaves of bread and a few small fish. Just like before, Jesus gave thanks to God, his Father, and broke the bread, and the miracle happened. All of the 4,000 men were fed. They even gathered a lot of baskets with leftover food afterwards. Again, a great miracle, and people saw this, and still many of them did not believe. So this is part 1. We'll carry on with more events of Jesus traveling, moving around, staying out of Herod's way and out of the way of the Pharisees, all who wanted to find him and kill him. But as he said, God's laws are laws that you have to keep in your heart. And even if you thought of murdering somebody, you've worked against the law of God, that says you are not allowed to murder. And that's what they did. And Jesus explained to them in so many words that they are murderers, but in the meantime, they wanted small man-made laws to be done. But anyway, so that's it. Remember, Opa and Oma love you too. And I speak to you tomorrow, God willing. And you must sleep tight. See you tomorrow. Love you. Ciao, ciao.